And if you're still giving like that, I put it to your face straight, not behind you. You are a selfish person. When I stopped preaching the other gospel in this church, and most of you were here, and I began to preach Christ, and I began to say tithing is not New Testament, all of that, everyone that was in this church stopped paying tithes and naturally stopped giving. Yeah, all of you here, you stopped giving. You started dropping flimsy change from Keke Napep. You just drop it. So now, I'm not putting it on you, but at the same time, I'm rebuking you. And the rebuke is for those who are still dropping change money because there's no tithe. So it means in the first place, you were never giving to God. You were giving to yourself. Because the reason why you were giving is so that devourers will not come. So it was for self-preservation. It was not because you loved God. Because if it was God you were giving to and you discover that there's no problem that will happen, you will still be giving. But you gave because you were in fear. If you don't tithe, it will be tight. If you don't tithe, Satan will come, devourers will come. So because of that, you were religiously bringing tithe, religiously. Insurance just come. I said, don't touch it, I don't want trouble. So you were faithful. When I now said, no, trouble will not come, God is not a monster, he's not New Testament, all that else. Okay, no problem. So now we can give God anyhow we like. So he started dropping. Because you were never a generous person, number one. Number two, you were never in love with the purpose of God. You were only in love with your selfishness. And if you're still giving like that, I put it to your face straight, not behind you. You are a selfish person. Because it means you have not understood the riches of God's grace. Now, anyways, back to the story. So all the finances stopped and we're just having little monies, barely enough to buy half of the diesel to run our generator for services. So we couldn't pay for Kingdom Life Network anymore. Even our staff salaries, we couldn't pay. So we started thinking, should we drop all the staff? But if we drop all the staff, ministry will not go on. So Mama and I started calculating, what do we do? And things were really getting really tight and really bad and really tough. But we never told you. We just come to church, smile, teach you the word of God, go home and just pray and just walk with God in our experience. So Mama said to me, honey, we're not impressing anybody. At this level, we have gone past impressing people. Let's shut down the TV station. Let's shut it down. If God makes money available in the future, we go back. We are not in competition. I said, correct. We shut down television. We came to the office. Mama said, well, let's look around. If there's any staff that we can do without, we can send them packing. Any staff that can do 2-3 things can sack the other 2 and keep the work. So we started doing all of that. We started downsizing everything. No vacation. We decided we will not go on vacation. We'll just stay in New York and be happy in our house. Things were really bad. A lot of people started saying, Dr. Damina, can't you see God punish him? Can't you see? He now is preaching heresy. He can't even pay television. He can't do anything. See? His ministry is closed. And they were rejoicing and celebrating. And I was walking with God in our experience. Step by step. Impressing nobody, not in competition with anybody, just walking with God. And we were not angry, we were happy. We come to church, teach you the word of God, bless you. Study. Then we began to teach generosity, and a number of you began to wake up to your responsibility and began to give, and God began to stir up people all over the world who are feeding from this church and benefiting from this ministry to start intentionally supporting us. And then we were in America to preach. 2 years after Kingdom Life Network is down, they're insulting me everywhere. I even called one of my spiritual sons. I remember one of those Januaries as the new year was starting, I called him and I said, let's talk. I don't like this message you are preaching. I taught you and I want to correct it because that's not the gospel. After I finished talking with him in the hotel room for a while, he looked me into the face, my own spiritual son. He said, Papa, this new thing you are preaching, I will not preach it till I see how it is working for you. Can't you see your TV station is down? Can't you see all your things are packing up? Then you want me to join you? He told me to my face. And I looked at him and I said, well, if you're waiting to see how this message would benefit me, you may never see it because my priorities have changed. For you, it's about cars, houses, clothes, and all of that. For me, it's about souls and the kingdom. So me and you have no alignment. So if you're waiting to see me displaying cars and displaying all of that, I won't do it. That wouldn't mean that it is not working for me. So then, every time I come to this pulpit, if you all remember, Kingdom Life Network was off. I will say, we want to welcome every one of you watching this service by way of Kingdom Life. I never stopped saying that. I kept saying that. I was walking with God in our experience because I knew it was going to come back. We got to America with Mama, and then one of the ladies who just got saved and caught the fire of what we were preaching met us in America. She came with her family, greeted us, celebrated what God has done. Her life has changed and everything. Then she looked at me and said, Dr. Damina, God brought me to help you pay the bills. So I said, the first bills is television. She said, I will pay for the next 1 year. How much is it? I gave her the bill. She wrote the check and gave me right there. And we paid for KLN 1 year ahead. And the television station is on. We walk with God in our experience. Now, KLN is not only back, it's 1 year and a half now. We are on 7 radio stations every day. Millions every month. Now, our staff are being paid without stress. Everything is back, but now, not after the former order, but after a new order, because we just walk with God in our experience. Now, all those guys that were laughing at me, their own TV stations are down. One of them said to me, I can't even pay school fees. I can't even pay school fees, Papa. Times are tough. So I closed it down. The same person who told me, I will not preach it till I see how it is benefiting you. Can't you see your TV station is down? His own has been down now for 1 year and a half. And his problem is even to pay school fees. Even with the wayo gospel is preaching. Even with the wayo tithe, intimidating people, using prophecy to collect money. He cannot even pay school fees. Refuse to quit. Say, I am long suffering. Say it again, I am long suffering. Kenneth Hagin said, when you're ready to wait forever, you don't wait for too long. Some of you are not patient. Little thing, you don't begin the change story. We went through rough financial times for close to 4-5 years. And you didn't hear anything from our mouth. Bim, you didn't hear. Bim, you didn't hear. Bim, I will come to this pulpit and teach as if the whole money in the world is in my house. Bim, and I didn't do fundraising.
Don't watch